Hi, welcome back. I'm Rob Jellesed with Coldwell Banker Pacwest Realty in Medford, Oregon. And I'm continuing my conversation with Renee Nelson, who is Pacwest Commercial Real Estate here in Eugene. Renee, let's continue. We were going to talk about loans, right?
Yeah, let's talk about that, Rob. So if I'm a buyer and I call you, what's the first thing that I need to do when I'm going to talk to a lender?
Well, the first thing we need to do when we talk to a lender is understand what the lender's priorities are. And they are to basically provide you the right financing for the house you want. But they need to be careful not to get you overextended and put any risk in the loan they want to give you. So we need to have all of our ducks in a row. We need to know exactly what our assets and our liabilities are and give them a full picture of what your financial situation is.
Okay.
So they're going to want to know that information pretty clearly.
Mm-hmm.
So if you already have that information gathered, we're already ahead of the game. But if you need some time to pull all that together, that's understandable too.
And if you've experienced what I've experienced with sellers, you have to have a pre-approval letter in hand when you go to make an offer.
You really do, because what the seller's always worried about is making sure that once they accept you as a buyer, that transaction is actually going to go in the time frame they want. Any delays because you don't qualify or you have to get qualified or the bank has more requirements than you understood, those push that time frame out. So to really lower the seller's anxiety and make sure let them make sure they made the best choice in selecting you, all that stuff should be pre-approved and pre-done, so that just lowers a little bit of the potential risk or uncertainty that they may have.
Yeah. And it takes, about 60 days to complete a process when you're doing a loan?
Yeah, probably about 60 days, and we can make it faster, but sometimes making it faster is more expensive. And so it really depends on how quickly the seller wants to close and managing their expectations as well. They may have some other thing they want to do with that money, so they're under a big time crunch. So if we can do things to make them feel successful and that they're getting what they want, it'll make the whole process much easier.
And do you work with multiple lenders or one?
Oh, I have to have a couple because, frankly, not one size fits all. There's lenders that specialize in different kinds of loans. There's lenders that specialize in different kinds of financing strategies. There's ones that are more flexible and ones that are less flexible. We really look at what the whole way that deal is going to come together before we actually select exactly the right lender.
And I've experienced in the past that there have been issues with online lenders. What's your take on that?
The problem with an online lender is they're a virtual lender, and you might dial a 1-800 number and you may not get the same person you talked to for 45 minutes ago, which requested a whole bunch of information from you. The consistency in having a lender that you know that has a smiling face, you can see where they park every day in the bank lot, or just that kind of familiarity with the community is much better than an online lender, in my opinion and in my experience.
Mm-hmm. And what's some of the things that a lender looks for when they're trying to qualify a buyer? I know credit score is important, cash that they have.
Right. Basically, your whole history of how you handle your finances. Is it consistent? Have you had wide ranges and swings in your credit score? Or are you a consistent, predictable individual that they can be assured that you're going to be around for a while and you're not erratic in the way you behave in your financial portfolio.
Mm-hmm. And in your experience, what's the best thing a buyer could do when they're trying to get their loan put together?
The best thing the buyer can do is just make sure that their records are complete and they're accurate and they're not missing any items. And I can help them put together that hit list of those, or checklist or punch list of things that we need to gather and get together for the lender. So when you guys decide to sit across that from that lender, which if you invite me, I'll certainly be there, we can make sure that whole narrative of your financial history is complete and very strong.
Great. On the next series, why don't we talk about the due diligence process?
That sounds really good. I'm really looking forward to this. Hi, I'm Rob Jellesed of Coldwell Banker Pacwest Realty in Medford, Oregon, and this is my YouTube channel. I hope you find the content on here entertaining, informative, and enjoyable, and somewhat comical. Thank you for watching.